The Bad Day. It was raining out. It had been for days. A young woman named Lucy was beginning to feel restless. Her twins were restless. They loved going for a walk outside in the pram, but with the weather being so bad, they couldn't. Lucy could only afford a small flat. Her boyfriend had abandoned her before the babies were born because he wasn't ready to be a father, he had told her. But still, it must be nice that he can pick whether or not to be a parent. She had felt unprepared for motherhood too. It was happening to her years earlier than she'd believed it would. But she told herself that the children had been sent to bless her life and that she would find a way to learn how to be a mother. That was turning out to be a wonderful decision, sometimes. However, on days like this, Lucy felt helpless. With the babies crying incessantly and a headache brewing, she didn't know what she should do. She wished that there was someone that she could call to help her, but there wasn't. The rain was so strong out there that she didn't want to risk anyone driving to be with her. She picked up the babies and began to pace around her flat. Walking around the same walls over and over was monotonous, and after a while the babies got heavy. She put them in their playpen, hoping that they would busy themselves with something, but they just started to scream again. She bit her lip to keep from crying. The rain began to leak through the ceiling and into her flat. She ran to the cupboard and got out the mop bucket so that she could catch the water. She knew that she would need to inform her landlord of the problem. However, he was currently unreachable because the rain was making phone reception very spotty. It also meant that she couldn't put music or a video on for herself or the children in an attempt to distract them all. The young woman sat down on her couch and began to read a book to the babies. They were still crying, but she hoped that if she could bring herself to a calm state, that it could help them to feel calm too. The sound of the wind and rain outdoors was not helpful. It was loud and irritating. The reading didn't help. She paced some more with the babies until her arms felt like they might give out. She kept repeating over and over to herself that she could do it. She had been the baby's mother for 4 months now, and they were getting everything that they needed from her. She gave them love, nutrition, changed their nappies, and saw to their every need. She was just going through a rough patch. She started to sob. The next morning, when the young woman awoke, the sun was shining, and later in the day, she was able to put the twins in the pram and go for a walk outside. The babies fell asleep as they were rolled along the paths of the botanical garden that she liked to visit. It felt good to just hear the sound of the birds chirping and feel the sunshine filter over her. She'd experienced a storm, but she'd made it through. She bumped into a young woman who also had twins, and they laughed and spoke for ages. They swapped numbers and agreed to meet up tomorrow. When she arrived home, she had 2 messages on her mobile. Her ex had called and explained that he was sorry and selfish and wanted to be a part of the twins' lives, and begged her to call him back. The other message was from her parents, informing her that they were coming to visit for a month from England. She sat down, babies in arms, and smiled. Moral: there will be bad days, and sometimes you'll feel insecure, unsure, or helpless. But if you persevere, you will overcome each obstacle, and tomorrow is always another day.